So there we go. So you sound good, you look great, and the Keep Smiling is right behind you. So we got
Right on.
today Mr. Robert Burnet. Am I getting your last name correct?
Burnet is the proper
Burnet.
French spelling, but
I'll
you can
take
call it
it.
anything you want as long as there's a
Oh.
hot meal involved.
So we have Mr. Robert Brunet on. So Robert, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself, and then feel free to go right into your presentation.
Well, I've been knowing Ken for probably a little over a half a year now. I've been welcomed into the Perfect Publishing team, and I'm so happy to be here. I've got a little bit of information I'd like to share, and we actually have been honored with two guest positions tonight, so we'll be picking up the conversation in about an hour from now as well.
That's awesome. That is
So I just want to first thank Ken Roshan and the entire Perfect Publishing team for hosting this incredible event. It's a blessing and a true honor to stand alongside so many resilient and gifted voices at the 2025 National Smile-A-Thon. My name is Robert Burnet. Around Perfect Publishing, I'm known as the AI guy. I prefer to think of myself as the leper with the most fingers. I won't show you the one I have left yet. But anyways, to be in this kind of company, entrepreneurs, speakers, motivators, and coaches, it reminds me that we all fight battles people never see. And it's that fight that makes the smiles real. So while we're on the subject of smiling, I just have one question for you. Why aren't you smiling? When I listen to stories of transformation I've heard today, stories of resilience and struggle like Ken Miller's, I ask myself that very question. When I work with authors to tell their stories and learn about the traumatic experiences that they've endured, then I look back on my own life and wonder, why the hell aren't you smiling? Then I do. I was born the 10th of 13 siblings to Mama Pearl Terrio in Houma, Louisiana. By the time I was born, she'd already been there, done that, got the t-shirt, burned it, and got another one. In the 1960s, when I started first grade, I couldn't say my well, you get the picture. Um, Back in those days, the first thing they did was try to put you into a box. The box that I was back then was labeled retarded. For 3 years, I was routed through special ed classes to correct what was wrong with me. When I told my mother that I wanted to be an astronaut, she simply replied, "We're not that kind of people." Those were some of the first stories I learned about myself, and like you, I had to learn to live with them, but never fully accepted the limitations on my future. I often wonder how many elementary school teachers would react if they learned that I'd later studied computer science in college and managed to build a 30-year career working with information technology, that I'd even developed databases for the United States Air Force Satellite Control Network. That word keeps popping back into my head, but I bury it. I wonder what they'd think if they knew I'd created a second career at the age of 50 as a well-known chef and leveraged my vast restaurant experience as a dishwasher in high school to run my own popular restaurant in Colorado for nearly 15 years. Wouldn't they be surprised to find that after all that, at the ripe young age of 65, after closing my restaurant on my own terms, I took it upon myself to establish my own self-publishing business, provide value and guidance to a significant publishing company like Perfect Publishing, and author over 27 books in just 2 years. Books that covered entrepreneurial advocacy to artificial intelligence survival guides for humans. What would they think if they found out that at this stage in my life, I've even designed an application, an AI-driven application that provides every human being with a way to capture the essence of their life stories and the memories for generations to come. At a time when most of my peers are trying to find a golf course to die on, I've just begun to create the impact I wanted to have on the world. I've been blessed with freedom, health, and the imagination and guidance from God to continue my greatest adventure of my life, my life. And that's why I'm smiling. So you've heard my story, you've heard others today. You've seen what resilience looks like, what it sounds like, and what it feels like. So let me ask you just one simple question. Why aren't you smiling? If you aren't, you should be.
Oh man, thank you. Thank you. First and foremost, tell them where they can find you and how they can get in touch with you.
Well, certainly you can find me at the AI Guy at Perfect Publishing. I have the pleasure and honor to work with Ken and his group. I'm kind of the technological whiz kid, although I'm not much of a kid anymore. So you can find me at Perfect Publishing as well. I also have an author website. It's rdbrunet.com. And there you can find the books that I've been writing and leveraging my technology, my AI skills. I've also developed quite a number of scripts that people are that I can use to help people enhance their books as well. So we're more than happy to talk to you at Perfect Publishing about how this works. Of course, our main goal for leveraging AI is not to replace writers. It's to enhance capabilities, enhance your ability to tell your story. Uh, we see people time and time again who they know how to make their pizza, but they don't know how to turn it into a business. And entrepreneurs who know how to speak and talk about their wishes, but have no idea how to write their own stories. And that's why we're here at Perfect Publishing, because we want to help people to do that.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for your share. Thank you for your honesty. Thank you for just the compassion that we could feel. And when you were speaking, if people didn't think they can smile before, you gave them a reason to smile
Well, we've
today.
so many people who've gone through so many struggles, and present company included. It's amazing that we aren't all just grinning from ear to ear just to be alive, and we should be.
Well, we have the next speaker, but I want to see your fingers, sir. This is me. That's all I got.
Well, I'll put it this way: the middle one is the good one, but I'm not going to show you that.
Robert, you're brilliant, and so happy you're part of the team.
Thank you so much. I like this next talk that I have passed because it really speaks to your "don't give up" on your shirt. I've phrased it a little bit differently, but I'll go ahead and start off by once again thanking Dr. Smiley and the entire Smile-A-Thon community for having me on the show today. I'm deeply honored to share space with some of the boldest voices in business, motivation, and service. Paz, you have really got it down, my friend. You're just a big ball of energy, and I love the fact that you show up and you show out. My journey isn't just about credentials or titles, though. It's about personal agency. Growing up in a large family of 13, you had to kind of figure out a way to make a difference and to let people know you were still there. Um, um, what I'm really after is about choosing to evolve, and even when everything says you shouldn't, you still should move forward. Because I believe this, when you keep a smile in your heart, especially when life gets messy and you combine that with the proper mindset, success is inevitable. What is that mindset? Well, over the past 2 years, I've combined my technical skills with my creative nature to leverage artificial intelligence to author over 27 books. The first book I created is a manifesto for my personal philosophy for life. It's called Use What You Got and Make a Lot. This is it right here. And in it, I've tried to encapsulate everything I've learned about what it means to be an entrepreneur. Of course, entrepreneur is a French word that means broke most of the time. I don't know if you've ever heard that one or not. But unlike Dr. Smiley, I've been unable to acquire letters of credentials at the end of my name. For my book, I just added my own. And the letters next to my name, if you can see them right there, are NFQ. You want to know what that stands for?
Yes,
Well,
sir.
I'll tell you. I'll try to keep this G rated, but basically it stands for never effing quit. And when you're all alone, when things don't go the way you planned, when you're out of money, out of time, out of energy, and out of hope, never effing quit. After failing out of college and falling into working in the Louisiana oil fields in the 1980s, I took a leap of faith and focused on finding my way into the computer career I'd studied for in college. I quit my job, but I never effing quit my dream. After 30 years in IT, I lost my drive for the 9 to 5 job and wanted to build something I could truly call my own. I quit my career, but I never effing quit my dream. This is going to be hard to go through without getting out of line with the language. But in any case, just about impact. At 65 years old, I continued to dream. I continued to build. I continued to find ways to build value in my community, but I never effing quit. My message: entrepreneurs never fail until they quit. Stop defining success by wealth and possessions, objects and ownership. Start defining success as the impact you have on other people. I've often shared the more people I help, the more people help me. I'm Robert Burnet, aka Chef BB, aka Ardale Burnet. That's my pen name. I'm happy to be with you here today to share the smile stories that we all need to hear. I'm honored to be part of such a significant and inspiring group of people like the ones we've seen and heard today. So as we continue to celebrate the smiles and those who share them with others, again, I just have one question for you. Why aren't you smiling? You should be. Never effing quit smiling. And that's really what it's all about. It's about not quitting. It's about reinventing yourself. It's about reinventing your purpose, finding the meaning in your purpose. And if you find that meaning with a smile, whether it's on your face or in your heart, it's always a good place to start. And it's amazing how people respond. And I think that's the one thing we may have overlooked, or at least continues to be a source of inspiration for us, is that a smile, like a hug or a kiss, is something you can give and get all at the same time. You still with me, Paz?
I sure am. I took myself off camera so that they can see your smile and
Yeah.
make sure that you were getting the proper uh floor. Because
Well, I
sometimes,
appreciate that.
yeah, sometimes when you're both on camera, you see them both. But I've been listening, and yes, thank you. I will never effing quit. You know, and we are grateful that you were willing to share your story, because it is easy for people to quit nowadays, right? There's so many different ways to program us to quit, you know, that this message resonates. And again, even though I know you spoke earlier, there may be people who didn't hear you. So
Yeah.
please make sure you tell them how they can find you, how they can connect with you, and ways to be able to work with you in the future.
Well, I'm happy to share any thoughts or any guidance anyone would like within the publishing space. I've often gone on the notion that I am everything that I've ever been, and I am the culmination of every experience that I've ever had in my life. So my technological background, my restaurant management, my chef operations, the just everything I've learned has brought me to where I am today. And right now, I'm so pleased to be part of the Perfect Publishing ecosystem. I'm glad that I can bring value through technology to people who are struggling to create their message and to get their message out. And I believe that's where I firmly fit into the organization. Again, my email is the AI guy at Perfect Publishing. My personal author website is rdbrunet or rdbrunet.com. I have several others, and just to tip my hat a little bit, I also am developing an AI application that allows people to capture their memories and life stories in a way that their generations grandkids and great grandkids and so on can actually learn about you and your life more in a digital sense, but also in a holistic sense where the AI will capture your life and your personality and share it with others down the road. So I'm really pleased to be working in that space, working in providing value for other people. Again, it all comes down to the more people I help, the more help I get from people, and it's just how we serve each other.
I love it. I love it, Rob. And you can see that this young man is proven you're never too young to learn AI. You know,
Well,
so
it's many of the books that I've written, I have a whole series of books called the AI Survival Guide for Humans, but I also have one for electricians, doctors, dentists, lawyers, teachers. So there's all kinds of focused aspects of that. I also have a book for people who are learning how to use AI in business. It's called Becoming the AI Guy or Gal. And I just finished one called the Human Playbook for AI. So I'm really all about trying to help people to understand what AI is and what it isn't, and how to use it to further their efforts. Right now, I can see there's two types of people. There are people who look at AI and say, what can AI do for me? And then there's another group of people who are saying, what can I do with AI? And the real extension from that is how can I leverage this technology to enhance what I do instead of letting other people do it for me?
yes. Thank you. Thank you so much.
So that's
Every
interesting, Paz, because we learned at CO Space that there were three kinds of people in the world: those that can count, and those that can't.
Exactly.
So, I think because this is a Smile event, and I haven't heard anyone, I've heard people dabble with some quotes, but I want to just share a quote book that I'm going to give to anybody that would like it. Let's see here. I think this is my quote book. Is my quote book here? Yep, this is my quote book. Here it is. So this is a page 96. And if you go to the front of it, it's called The Powerful Quotes in the World for Leaders and Speakers. And so I just want to say that we're going to go ahead and give anyone that would like this book a digital copy. And I'm just going to read a couple of the quotes. By the way, Paz and Robert, if you'd like to read a quote, I'm going to read the first one. Robert, would you like to read the second one? And then
I'd be happy to.
Okay, I'll read the first one. The shortest distance between two people is a smile. Victor Bourge. Robert?
Let's see. I heard this one earlier. A smile is a curve that sets everything straight. I really like that one.
And apparently
Uh,
Phyllis Diller was the one who made that famous. Paz,
yeah, yeah.
Paz, can you see the next one all right?
I sure can. A smile is the universal welcome.
And accompanying it, oh, and that's Max Eastman. And then a smile is a universal expression. I said that earlier, and I don't think anyone else has said it. I Googled it, and so I'm claiming that one. Robert?
Actually, I have one that's about AI that I came up with myself.
Oh,
It's
go ahead.
the notion that AI is like a wild tiger. You either learn to tame it or it'll eat you alive.
With a
Ah,
smile. You have to put with a smile at the end of it.
With a smile. Oh, he'll be smiling.
Hey, do you want to do the Dr. Seuss one, or do you want to do Augmendino?
I'll do the Dr. Seuss. Well,
Okay, then
don't
I'll do
cry because
Augmendino.
don't cry
You
because it's over. Smile because it happened.
Dr. Seuss. And Augmendino is someone I love, so I'm going to read this one. A smile remains the most inexpensive gift I can bestow on anyone, and yet its powers can vanquish kingdoms. Your turn, Robert.
Let us meet each other with a smile, for the smile is the beginning of love, Mother Teresa.
My man.
Ah, yes, we shall never know all the good that a simple smile can do.
And
Mother
I'll
Teresa.
close it. I'll close it with Chad Suggs' quote. If you're reading this, congratulations. You're alive. And this is right in the way now. Okay. You're alive if that's not something to smile about, then I don't know what is. All right, I got one more thing
Sounds
to.
like a pretty broad assumption.
Yeah, I'd say so. And then I have another gift for everybody. This is a book we made called the 50 Book Challenge on happiness. And if you have a book that is about happiness, joy, smiles, anything like that, I would like to add your book in here. But this is a book I guarantee if you buy these books and you read any part of them, you'll be happier and you'll attract more abundance. You'll just enjoy life more. So these are just a bunch of beautiful books, 50 of them to be exact, that I put in here just to hopefully give these authors a little more love since they have written my favorite topic. And there's Barry Shore right there. We're going to change his cover because he has a better cover now. And these
So
are all smile books.
one of the speakers earlier mentioned a quote by Abraham Lincoln, and that's one that's really driven me throughout the years, and it's that we are all just about as happy as we make up our minds to be.
Yes.
And the notion is that happiness is not a place, it's a decision. And I think that, we find happiness in ways that make us happy, but it's most important that when we do find that happiness, that we share that happiness with a smile, acknowledgement that other people who may be smiling on the outside might be frowning on the inside.
Well, Robert, you've always been one that's been very honest with me when I ask you a kind of a brutally honest question about my fashion, for instance. So, Paz, you've
Oh,
always
you
been.
have fashion?
Well, that's see what happened now, Paz. You see what happened. So,
Uh-huh.
so
You,
Robert,
you went there.
I'm gonna show this, and you tell me what if it's true.
Okay.
Can you see
Indeed,
that?
it does.
It does. This shirt, I knew it. Every time I wear it, people are like,
Indeed,
"Oh,
it
I'm so
does.
bald because of that shirt." Isn't
Well,
that crazy,
usually when
Paz?
people say cheese in a photograph, I usually say, does my belly make me look fat? So,
So I see that we have Roy entering the stage pretty soon, and he is. We have. Let me see what we have here. We have